candidates. We're going to ask you, why are you running for in your individual ward? What are the things that you want to change? And in addition to that, why run as the B team? So we're going to start with you, Chijike Ndukwu.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you. So to your first question, why am I running for council seat in East Orange at this time? We need honest, transparent, and accountable representation. For a long time, we have had the city council telling us who will represent us. This time, the Essex County Progressive Democrats feel that it is time for the residents to send someone to City Hall to represent them. That's why I'm running.
Cool. And you say that you represent you called your team the Essex County Progressive Democrats.
Right.
Well, why is that?
Well, I mean, the progressive wing of the Democratic Party is where things are happening today in terms of grassroots democracy. Bringing the voices of every single individual in the community, whether they are white, whether they are black, whether they are poor, whether they are rich. What the progressive democratic group wants to do is to understand, that that community is not only the people. It includes the nature. It includes making sure that we tap into the things that make human beings live better lives. How do we protect our environment? How do we make sure that young people that are coming get better education? How do we make sure that the gap between the rich and the poor is not widening to a frightening level? How do we make sure that when we talk about representation, that the people can actually feel that they are represented? That's the difference.
And so you're running for the council race in the 3rd ward. What are some of the things that you want changed in the community, and what are some of the ways that you want to do that?
First of all, I think that I am bringing a skill that no one in the last maybe 10 years, has ever brought to the city council when I become a councilman. First of all, I am a trained architect. I have a master's degree in community economic development. I go around the world helping cities, to design projects, whether it is in terms of healthcare or whether it's in terms of housing or human settlement or all kinds of economic issues. I help cities around the world to design, sustainable development projects. So I think in my own city, where I live, where I have 2 little children that I love so much, so there's nothing that I cannot do to make sure that it is a better place to live. And so the 3rd ward has, if you look at the South Harrison, you see massive residential buildings.
Right, those big tall buildings right down South Harrison.
But
I got friends who live in
exactly.
some of those, yeah.
Now, you see, the East Orange, in East Orange, 70% of the people who live in East Orange rent. And so when you see a rise in property taxes that is tempting to push away senior citizens who have, most of them are about to pay off their houses. And at this time of their life, they are fearful that they are going to lose their houses. And then you see the people who rent. You see the level of abuse from big landlords. At the last debate, we were struggling to understand why a landlord who has 30-year abatement in the city is charging residents $150 a month to park.
Just to park.
To park. And this developer, this landlord, is not going to pay one dime to the city of East Orange for 30 years.
Wait, so those huge buildings have 30-year tax abatement?
Most of them, 90% of them have 30-year abatement. And so when somebody comes here and he's talking about what good job he's doing in the city of East Orange, that's disingenuous. That's mischievous. Because we live there. They are not the only people who live there. There are a lot of educated people who live in East Orange who understand what is going on there. So anybody that comes on radio or television and say they are doing a massive job, a record, somebody's record does not lie. Somebody's record that is on paper, that is on the ground, does not lie. So, and then we have a city council that is taking massive campaign contribution from the same developers that give 30-year abatement and for the big landlords that are ripping off our residents. And so in that case, so we need a change. And if you decide to run for office and you knock on doors, you knock on 30 doors in East Orange today, you will see the massive despair that will come from the mouth of every single resident. Is it in terms of rising property taxes that is shelling out fears of gentrification? Is it in terms of skyrocketing rents and abuses from the landlord? Is it in terms of cleanliness? We have something they call mayor on the block. I think that is playing on the gallery. I mean, we elect a mayor to sit down on the big office and come out with better ideas of how our clean should be, in our city should be clean. If you drive around East Orange, you think that we live in a dump. We have Department of Property Maintenance, we have the Public Works, and these guys sit down in their offices, and then you tell me that I should be happy that our mayor should come out and be raking leaves and call it mayor on the block? That's laughable, man.
Wow.
That's laughable. That's very laughable. I don't think that makes sense. He should go and sit down in his office and come up with bright and innovative ideas to keep that city clean. And I think that if any administration cannot keep it, just like in your house, if I come to your house and your bed is not made, garbage all over your living room, then how can you convince me that you can do something else that's bigger than clean, keeping your surroundings clean?
So what you're saying is, the streets of East Orange are dirty, and you can't, and you're saying to vote for you in the 4th Ward because you can't, on the 3rd Ward, vote for you in the 3rd Ward because, like, you can't vote for people who keep dirty streets.
What I'm saying is that my plan is that I have said in the first place, we are looking at, I didn't finish with the issues.
I do want to go to Patrick Reed.
So what I want to say is that my first point of call when I'm elected is to set up a project office in the 3rd Ward. And I have said that I will use part of my salary to set up that project office. In that project office, we will work with the community block by block to recreate how our city will be. If it is in terms of cleanliness, it is in terms of making sure that we can hold the landlord accountable and have them to live to their own side of the contract of landlord and tenant contract. And then we are going to stop the 30-year abatement. These are the major issues that I will tackle.